Hello YouTube, I'm Dan Comeau, and I need to make more videos. In my defense, kid you not, all of November, voice crack, all of November, I was super sick. I was in the hospital twice. Really terrible stuff. You don't need to hear about it. That's why I didn't make any videos. This is why it's taking me so long to make this video. Me meeting the one, my only, Jojo. Get out right now, it's the end of you and me. It's just a little too late, a little too wrong, and I can't wait. I got to go not only see her in concert, I got to do a meet and greet with her, and I literally almost died. So as you can imagine, that day will literally go down as the best day of my entire life. But let's start from the beginning, shall we? So me and Steven wake up in the hotel, and I am already raring to go. I'm like, let's do it, let's get dressed, shower, not in that order, and get in the car and drive down to the venue. Go down, we had a nice like free breakfast that the hotel was serving, and usually you know how hotels kind of shit you out on the breakfast, so like, here's a muffin and apple juice, and you're like, I'm a grown woman. And they were like, okay, well, I'm sorry, that's all we have. You can have 2 muffins if you want. But this one was a little different. They actually had a waffle maker, fruit salad, hash browns, eggs, boiled eggs, cereal if you wanted it. Like, I was in heaven. That's a side story. Anyway, we left the hotel, drove down to Oakland because we were staying somewhere else that wasn't Oakland. I don't know where it was. We finally get to Oakland. We're driving around the venue area to find parking, and we like could not find parking anywhere. So we ended up just parking like in a parking garage because the venue was in a very sketchy area. So we park in the parking garage, which was like a block away. We start going towards the venue because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see if Jojo was gonna walk in there or not. If she wasn't already there, I had to go see Jojo. Now, we finally get to the venue, and there was a white van. This is sounding really creepy. There was a white van right outside the venue, and my heart starts racing. And I wanted to like wave and say hi, but I'm like, you don't know who I am, even though you tweeted me once because you're one of my favorite people because you supported Jojo for so long. I wasn't gonna wave and say hi because I didn't want to seem like an idiot. Anyway, so I start freaking out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Gita. And then I see somebody else. And I'm like, oh my god, we are so close to people who know Jojo, who have talked to Jojo, who have been in Jojo's life since either the beginning or the high road. I know Gita's pretty much been there since her first album because Jojo thanked her in her first album in like the thank you sections and the little booklet that you get. Jojo thanked Katie in the high road in that little thank you section. Anyway, so I'm seeing both of these people fangirling, shaking. Oh my god, this is happening! Ah! And it wasn't even Jojo. Wasn't even the person I came there to see. Hey, we're standing in line. We are gonna be one of the first people that gets to be in that building and gets to see and talk to Jojo because I have waited since 2004. The time is now. My time has come to meet Jojo. We're standing in line and I'm like, oh my gosh, breathing heavily, don't know what to do by myself. And then these 2 girls who are standing behind me and Steven are like, oh my gosh, hey guys, like, where are you from? And Steven's like, oh, I'm from Monterey area. And they're like, what about you? I'm like, I'm from Canada. Anyway, so we made friends with those 2 girls. They brought all of like the meet and greet people into a room. We ended up playing Jojo's first album, Jojo. Self-titled debut album, Jojo. And actually, here's the ticket. That's my wristband down there. And that was a ticket that we had to buy because neither me or Steven at the time were over 21, and so they're like, well, because you can't buy alcohol, you have to buy like a drink voucher or something. So, you do what you gotta do, right? So now it's time. I get to meet Jojo. But before that, they like to mess around with my feels, and first they bring us up to this room, and we're like, okay, it's gonna happen. They're playing Jojo. I'm like, she's gonna walk out from any of these 5 entrances that were in the room. Nope. So they bring us to a different room, and we all line up. I'm like 3rd in line, and then they're like, oh, JK, we have to go back to the other room that we were in. So we're like, okay. All like 50 of us. Down the stairs back to the other room. So we formed this line in this room. And then they come back down. Just kidding again. We're going back up to that other room. So, all 50 of us, like, Boy Scout, Girl Cookie Scout version in a line, walking up the stairs. Now, it is the time. It has to be the time. And then, oh my gosh, she like comes around the corner with Gita and Katie, and we all literally freak out, jumping up and down. Oh my god, I love you, Jojo! Ah! Ah! And now, before they told us that we only had like 30 seconds, don't take selfies with her. They have somebody taking like pictures, like with a nice camera. You go up, say hi, take a picture, and then you get out of there. And I was like, 30 seconds? 30 seconds? What am I supposed to say to my idol, the person that I have dedicated my musical and personal life to for the last, I don't know, 10 years? What am I supposed to say to her in 30 seconds? But I'll take what I can get. The first girl goes, which was one of our friends that we met. She goes up and she like shakes JoJo's hand, and in my mind I'm thinking, I am not just shaking her hand. So anyways, shake the hand. They took a picture together with the person who was taking the picture, like the people said, and she went. Then the other friend, she went up, hugged JoJo. I was like, that's right girl, you do your thing. She hugs JoJo, gets her to sign a CD that she brought. They take a selfie, the person takes a picture, she goes. Now it's my turn. Like, I think I remember my knees shaking. That's how nervous, excited I was for this moment to finally become real. It's become reality. I'm standing there and something happened, like a bunch of people started walking in front of her, JoJo, and I was like just waiting for my turn, standing there like a kid waiting to go to school for the first time through the crowd, like movie style. I'm smiling, I make eye contact with JoJo, and I'm just like, oh my god. She waves at me to say hi. I'm like, hi. And then she like waves me over and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god! Run like a craziness over to her. We hug and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. She's like, hi. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, you're so cute. Hold up! JoJo just called me cute! Like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I hand her my CDs. I'm like, I've been waiting since 2004 for this. She's like, I know, right? It's been so long. Like, we're besties. And then she opens up the high road and she like sees her dad, which is this fine gentleman right here. And she's like, oh my gosh, my dad. And as a creeper, what do I say? I know. So then she asked for my name. I was like, I'm Dan. And she's like, oh, that's easy enough. Signs it. Steven and her got a selfie together. And I didn't even like realize any of this was happening. The camera lady just took a picture of me and JoJo. And then took a picture of me and Steven and JoJo. I'll put them like either here, or maybe both. Ooh. I think the selfies came later because then they're like, let's take a selfie. So I go to take out my phone. And this is on the back of my phone. Can you see it? It says Free Jojo, that's JoJo. If you don't know what Free Jojo is, Google it. Anyways, Free Jojo, and she's like, hold on a second, this is so cool. And she's like looking at my thing and I was like, oh my god, JoJo is touching my phone. She's like, how did you make this? And of course, because I'm so nervous and scared, I can't look her in the eye because I'm like, no, I can't look perfection in the eye. Steven's like, oh yeah, like I made it from a website. And she's like, Gita, come over here, look how cool this is. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. We get like an extended, hey, how are you? And then so Gita comes over and like, is like, oh, Steven, that's so cool. And while they're talking, Steven's like looking through his phone and was like, oh my gosh, Dan, we never got a selfie with just you and JoJo. Because I'm like, I don't want to waste her time. I was like, no, it's fine, you know, it's cool. Gita, being the amazing woman as she is, she's like, no, we're gonna get you a photo with her. She grabs my cell phone. She holds up the line for me. As a Canadian, I run up to JoJo and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, it's okay, love. And she like holds me like, and I'm just like, oh my god. And Gita takes a photo of us and I'm like, thank you so much, both of you. Oh my god! By the way, I couldn't tell her that I was from Canada, couldn't tell her that I loved her, couldn't say any of that because I was so nervous. By the way, sweetest person that I've ever met in my entire life. Super honest, super like genuine with everything she was saying. A lot of people always say like never meet your heroes because they'll end up disappointing you. Completely wrong with JoJo. She was everything I thought she was and more. I'm still in shock. Still in shock. After the whole meet and greet happened, we got to be the first people in the concert. So of course, I run like a crazy bitch straight to the front of the stage. And I'm just waiting. I'm like, come on, let's do this. Leah LaBelle was her main support. And if you don't know who she is, you need to check her out. She is incredible. She was amazing live. Me and her actually shared like 2 moments. I remember like us kind of like jamming together. And she was like looking at me and I'm like looking at her. And I'm like, girl, yeah, do your thing. I'ma satisfy you. Now it's time to see JoJo. The lights go down. Are you ready to see JoJo? Boom. Baby It's You starts playing. Amazing, right? So now, we're watching this concert. I'm literally living my dream. It was incredible. After she sang Anything from the High Road, she grabs my hand. I don't think I've ever washed this hand, to be honest with you. I didn't videotape pretty much any of the concert because I wanted to experience it. But I did take one video. It's just too little too late. I love you. The best moment of my life. So the concert ends. It's bittersweet. I'm so happy that I got to see her in concert, but I'm also sad that it was over. But she had to go. So on the stage, there was something, and Steven was like, oh my gosh, can you grab me that? Can you grab me that? He's like, you want this? Some random guy on the stage. And he's like, yes, please. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? This was the actual thing that she used in her concert. Such an incredible experience. Hope you guys liked this video. Please comment in the bottom, tell me what you think. Give this video a good thumbs up. And I will hopefully see you guys soon.